My name's Burly Burlile. I'm from Mendon, Utah, originally from Southern California. And we're involved with this 36 horsepower challenge that was created back in 2005 to try to encourage Volkswagen owners with the older engines to come out and participate and to actually surpass some records that were set here 50 years ago by Dick Beath and John Gosvig and Mel Ellis. And another racer back then was Tom Brook. He just didn't have to go as fast as he does nowadays. But Dick Beath was the original Volkswagen record holder in any kind of a category, in any kind of racing, in 1960 when he went 77 miles an hour. No, actually, his top speed was 80 miles an hour here on the Bonneville Salt Flats.
And that's a 1 mile track, right?
That was a 3 mile track.
3 mile.
He had a whole 3 miles to go. Back then he didn't have to have bumpers on the car, so he was slightly more aerodynamic. And then he came back the next year with a supercharger on the engine and went 101 miles an hour. And then he came back a couple years later with that same engine in what they call a Lakester and did 129 miles an hour.
You have to excuse me a sec. We got these guys from Saskatoon. He's just getting out of our sound range. Okay, good.
Okay.
Sorry there.
No, that's fine. So Dick then went on to race Mustangs and Corvettes and became an IndyCar owner, and he was not a driver, but his car raced at Indianapolis in the mid-70s. Then he went on to build a Streamliner that he raced up until he crashed it in 1994 or so. And now he has come back 50 years later to race a Volkswagen again. And he won't be able to compete this year because his car isn't quite finished, but it's probably the most modified Volkswagen in the world, and he expects to try to hit anywhere from 150 miles an hour plus with it.
Excellent, excellent.
This is still a 36 horse based engine.
Well, this is going to be very interesting tonight. So you have a website and everything on this vintage speed section, don't we, on the Samba?
There's a website, www.burlyb.com, which is BURLYB.com, which gives you the basic fundamentals of the 36 horse challenge. And then you can also email me at burlybug, BURLYBUG, at comcast.net, and I'll try to answer any questions I can for you about what we're doing.
Now, when you were talking about the other guys that set the records way back, were you part of that group then? Or?
I was here. I took pictures of their cars, but I wasn't into Volkswagens then. I didn't really know what I was taking photographs of.
What's a Volkswagen?
It's a little German car invented by a group of people led by Ferdinand Porsche back in the 30s. And actually, this is the only good thing that ever came out of Adolf Hitler's regime. If it hadn't been for him, the car would not exist.
Right.
But he was the one that provided the financial emphasis to make it happen.
Excellent. And of course, we know all about Kuhwagen, but we're talking the Vintage Speed here group. And you're the guy that kind of inspired some guys in Saskatchewan, inspired some guys in Edmonton. And you're the guru of all this for us right now. But you know, it's nice. It's nice, you know, because it's the best thing that's happened to old Volkswagen stuff for a long, long time.
Yeah, they've kind of just fallen by the wayside, except for restoration, and the restorations have gotten so high quality now. They're just fantastic. But the everyday drivers, everybody took their 25 and 36 horse engines out and put a modern engine in and forgot about the 36ers. And with this trying to exceed these speeds that Dick and John Gosvig and Mel Ellis set back then, inspired people like Tom Brook. This particular meet is the largest assemblage ever of Volkswagen Land Speed racers, and many of them are powered by 36 horse, and it's just really rewarding to see everybody having a good time and enjoying the challenge of trying to make it go 70 miles an hour or 80 miles an hour or 100 miles an hour.
So you have the bone stock category, and of course if somebody cheats, it's too bad for them, not us. But then what other categories? Like you come up, then they got the Acrasa kits.
We go from the stone stock to what we call super stock single, and that's where they still have to use the original single 28 PCI carburetor but they can modify just about everything on the engine within very few guidelines. Again, we don't do any inspections. There's nobody going to check your engine and say you're not legal other than to look at it, and it's all an integrity and an honesty deal.
Now, if I come out next year with a 25, am I starting a new category?
Nope, you'll have to run into 36, but we will record yours as a 25.
Excellent.
There is the Berlin Roma car actually has a top speed of 120 using a 25 horsepower motor.
That's
the old Type 60.
Yes. Well, it's very good. So, what do you think we're going to do besides break a bunch of records this weekend?
Enjoyment, mostly. That's
Yeah.
the satisfaction of just coming out and making your car go as fast as you can make it go, whether it's slow speed or high speed.
Have you built any engines yourself?
I'm not a mechanic.
Okay.
I'm a parts changer.
Well-
I like the aesthetics of things, but I'm not. I can take an engine in and out, but I pay people to.
Okay, people, look at that. Clean fingers. I'm
Yes.
a Volkswagen guy. Okay, okay. So that's quite a nice little crest there. I'm just going to slick around to the back on this here.
That's
So,
one of a couple VW clubs I belong to. That's the Salt City Air Coolers out of Salt Lake City.
excellent. So we just can Google them and get right on the club site, eh?
It's totally inactive. It's just a bunch of guys that get together and enjoy themselves.
So how do we get our T-shirt then?
Join the club. Even the t-shirts just are
But
sporadic.
don't mail you, don't email, don't contact you, but join the club.
There's nobody to contact.
Okay, so we contact you.
Yeah.
Excellent, because that's got one heck of a nice shirt there. And, you know, thank you again from all of us. I'm just going to
Yeah.
shake your hand
We're
here,
so
guy.
glad you guys came down to, this year you're not racing. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself and may consider coming back in the future.
Well, you know, the best thing, if you start as a pit crew, and we've helped everybody here, I think just about one of
Yes,
us.
you have.
And, this is a good way to start.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are already here, and we're just the babies of the crew, so.
Oh, but I mean, it just everybody helps everybody here. It's a lot of fun.
Excellent. So, what would you recommend anybody if they're coming down, besides having a great time learning 50 different grades of sunscreen? What would you say to the first guy to come down?
Bring lots of camera chips. Like you say, the sunscreen is critical for enjoying yourself here, so you don't hurt yourself out here. The salt is cool and moist. You can walk around in your bare feet, but it reflects like snow, and if you're not used to that, you'll get sunburned in places you didn't know you could get sunburned in.
Especially if you're wearing
guys with
shorts.
shorts.
Yes, I
I
know.
hope you have the sunblock up your legs.
Well, I'm just saying, how do you explain you go home to your wife that everything's red?
Yes.
Ooh, that one's going to be edited. Anyway, thanks you, Burly, and you got us all down here one way or the other through your internet and your chat sites. And
You don't know how much we appreciate your
and we got to thank you,
contributions.
because we'd be sitting there right now at home if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
Killing
Gives you something to do in
mosquitoes as big as your
the.
arm.
What's
in the
that?
winter.
Killing mosquitoes as big as your arm.
No. They're frozen now. We're
You guys are in winter already?
not yet, but close. Yeah, this is where the pumpkins freeze now.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking real pumpkins.
Bill, how are you?
Yeah.
He's out of Washington.
Oh, we're all.
We
Anyway,
have people from all around here. It's been a lot of fun this year.
well, we got to thank you again, guy, because Brad from Saskatoon was talking about you, and he talked to Todd, and Todd talked to us, and then we're just talking away, and then I phoned Todd one day, and I said, let's order a high-speed cam. We'll get a guy who's maybe gonna not do them very much longer. Sad bolt cams in Vancouver, and Barry said, hey, I've got all the old Porsche grinds, the old Beetle grinds, haven't done it for 30 years, so we sent 10 cams down, and all of a sudden everybody pulled off all their stuff off the shelves, and 20 years of having a part and you never used it, now it's time to use it.
Yes, it is.
But thank you for starting this all again for us. And
Okay. Thanks for coming.